What is up, guys? Cyber Houdini here, and welcome back to the Tomb Raider Remastered. We're doing it, boys. They remastered all three of developers way before Eidos Montreal and Crystal Dynamics had the franchise. But yeah, even Core at that point, they were putting out a game every year. This was the thing, you know, between Mario games and Crash Bandicoot games, and the games would just come out every year. Like, they would have less than 9-10 months to make these games. It was incredibly impressive. I know back then PS1, even PS2 graphics might not be that impressive to you darn new gen kids, but it was huge back then. You would have so much fun, and then boom, straight into another game. Now these have been lovingly recreated from the PC versions, from Asphere, and as we found out later, from one of the modders on the you know, the main modder team. It was basically like you might think they're modders, but really they're actually like almost full-fledged devs at that point, because they take these old things that have been left, you know, sorted to die on things like Steam and that, you know, and thankfully with fan patches and mod patches, they get a new life breathed into them. And luckily Asphere realized how important the mod team was and got them involved. Thank God, Jesus. So we have this amazing remaster. Lara looks awesome. You got modern controls, you got tank controls, and then with a very simple press of the start button, you can go back to those graphics all the way back there, 1996. Lara was one of the first, you know, in the 3D games. You know, we had Mario that came out not long afterwards, right? You know, it was pretty much nearly the same time, and then obviously things like Final Fantasy VII would come along later, but this was one of the first, you know, 3D polygon games, which is pretty cool. And how they did it was all based on a grid system. That's why Lara's jump works so well. It's really nice to be able to go back and forth like that. Like, I love how the Halo Master Chief Collection can do that. So yeah, it's definitely up there. You can see, like, she didn't even have her ponytail back then, but they put it into this one from Tomb Raider 2, and she also has her mid-air tumble as well, which is from Tomb Raider 2 as well. My favorite of the series is probably 2. Yeah, a lot of people would say Last Revelations or maybe Tomb Raider 3. For me, it's 2. I think I played this one on the Saturn, and it was brought in from my older brother. He's actually playing this series now as well, so it's a nice nostalgia for him as well. But, you know, it wasn't until Tomb Raider 2 that I kind of got it for myself, and I think at the time it would have been PlayStation, because they actually kind of bought exclusivity away from Sega at the time. Like, PlayStation kind of, a lot of the fans are misguided, and they say like, oh yes, that PlayStation's going to get rid of Xbox and we already got rid of Sega, who's next, you know, that kind of way. It's terrible stupid, but yeah, they were one of the biggest proponents for killing off the Dreamcast, even though the Dreamcast was ahead of its time with the internet and the little Tamagotchi virtual memory unit, and it was ahead of its time with it when it comes to, you know, the GameCube ended up kind of copying a lot of its style and stuff, and most of its games look better on PlayStation, or, you know, the PlayStation games look better on Dreamcast, sorry, excuse me, especially when it comes to like Rayman and a few others. So yeah, it was tough. I don't think we end up getting another Tomb Raider on Sega stuff till, I want to say, The Last Revelations. It ended up being the last game, right? Jesus, the name's Croft, Square Tits Croft, right? Hell yes. There more triangle tits, thank you. Please, I've nearly lost an eye a couple of times. I know there's a corner in there somewhere. Yeah, it's cool to see it back. Have you any kind of fun, you know, any fun memories with Tomb Raider? I suppose the newer ones, right? Hell yes. So the new tank controls are nice, but with the analog stick, it makes them very, very tough. And then you've got, on the other hand, you can go modern controls, which are also nice too, but they do suffer with the camera, and then the jump is so around the old walk system, you know, and jump back system, that it's kind of confusing. I always loved that bit. I always loved doing that. Alright, cool. Where you could kind of keep her floating in midair for a second. Alright, I think we're near the end of this level. I didn't play too much because what I actually did was broke my brain a little bit by messing with the controls. But it's definitely best to play with D-pad, I would say. It's up to yourself, obviously, but the problem with using the D-pad is modern D-pads on modern controllers are absolute garbage. I don't care what anyone says. We had a good one with the 360 for a bit there. Oh, will it kill me? No, I get you first. That was close. But yeah, they're all crap. The idea is that as weird as it sounds, like the old D-pads were very square, and it was all you had, so it was very kind of form-fitting and functional. Nowadays, it's like, I don't know, they don't really work. They don't press down. I don't like the modern D-pads are used for nothing, so no one cares about them. Even the Xbox is kind of weird, like Steam thing doesn't work too well. But how you doing today, sir? How you doing? What's today's snack of the day? I'm that kind of guy. I'll just go around and I'll have the fucking weapons out the whole time. We get shotguns and Uzis and all sorts of goodies in here. I'm by no means an expert. People speedrun this stuff and they just play it non-stop, and I get that. It's really cool. I never understood, maybe someone can tell me, but there's a secret I don't know about. Never understood why you close the axes. You have no reason to go back unless there's a reason to go back. But yeah, it's nice to have these back. With this one, there's that famous secret noise. This one is, it gets as crazy with fucking aliens later on. But wasn't too many enemies to fight, you know. You mainly just had the trio bad guys and then the main bad guy. That was it. Everything else is just dinosaurs and bears and stuff. But in the second one, you're taking on the mob pretty much, you know. So it's, and that's, people didn't really like that much, but massive amounts of enemies. I think the issue with it was because of their AI, you know. They have, you can see it in this one as well. It was a very young game, so the AI was not great. Can we put this idle in from earlier? Nice. Yeah. So you'd have this thing where they'd pull up with Uzis and just let her into your health and then kind of spin around in circles. During the course of this game, you've got the iconic fucking Pierre, who's this gangster Frenchman. Pain in the ass, really, but he has a very unique AI where once he disappears from the camera, he disappears. So he'll just walk around the corner. Let's see, how did he do this again? I think it was in the water. But yeah, it was way ahead of its time. It was all created inside a mansion outside of Derby, right, in England, which is pretty cool. I feel bad because I don't know how much of core design are left in the industry. You know, they've probably all gone their separate ways, but I hope that they know that it's a beloved series. I want to use this as a way of kicking off a marathon of playing. Look at that, she's got wet drips coming off her. A fucking Cloud in the new Final Fantasy Rebirth doesn't have that. But yeah, I'd like to play all of them again. Now some of them, this is why these collections are so important. People just think it's a way of making money off old stuff. But it is, but still, it's nice to have it back. Because you can't really play the others without going through about 75 hoops. It's fucking annoying. Yeah, I definitely don't know all the secrets. I played the bollocks out of them as a kid, but never... Like most of those secrets, you would need a guide to find them. Like anyone who says any different is a bloody liar. Because some of them are just in plain sight, or you need like a speed run levels to open doors. What's cool about this is all these PC versions came with DLC, which was not, it never came to console, and now they do with this set. So that's gonna be cool. I've never played those before. All right, that's that one done. Nice. Yeah, I hope you're doing good, man. Thought it'd be nice to play this, kick off the week. We have Rise of Rome and Dragon's Dogma coming as well. But until then. Alright, now we get into the good stuff. Some of our first kind of level based puzzles. Alright, so that's how they've done the new water. So you can tell there's a current going on, that's why it's loud. But you don't really see it in the water. That's a bit unfortunate. I bet you, yeah, it looks way better. That's the classic. Now it does run at 60 frames for the new graphics, but as you can tell, it's a bit wonky. The original still runs at 30. It's not that causes any difficulty or anything, it's just if you're going to swap between the two of them, yeah, it's a little bit different. Let's see, played a bit of Tomb Raider 2 back in the PS2. Yeah, there you go, and oh, Angel of Darkness. But didn't get past the Paris Hotel level, which I think was level 2. Yeah, that one was like, it was all about detective stuff and fucking talking to NPCs and that. Yeah, for sure. Oh, it's a bollocks of a game. There's a guy remaking it, and I really hope by the time I get to play it, I want to play his remade version, where he's kind of fixed a lot of stuff. Let's see. I think there's some goodies over there you can get. So this one's all about trying to offset that current, because if you go into that current, you'll fall and get a very... Actually, that's what we'll do. We'll fall in and allow it to happen. We get a bit of an iconic fall, one of our first falls And one of our first screams as well. I want to show off some of the deaths and stuff. Let's see if she still got her scream. Oh no. Maybe it's just enough not to allow her to scream. There's a few wolves here if I remember. Yep. Nice. But yeah, in terms of like the classic trilogy definitely is like one of the best out of the bunch, but they all have some merit to them. My old bastards. No, no, bitey. There's a third one somewhere, right? So you have to let go of the lock on. Yeah, Tomb Raider 2 was pretty special. I liked all the dragon stuff and that. And then Tomb Raider 3 was kind of about globe trotting around like a mad horse. You say you get out of here, but I'm really sure there's some secrets. Yeah, overall, like this box set hasn't really got any complaints or anything. I think most of the fans are quite happy. I know I am. And there was one little weird scathing review in Kotaku of all places. Big fucking surprise there. They're always a bunch of fucking idiots. Half of those guys are like a game journalist, right? They think they are. But in reality, all they are is fucking multi-pierced, multi-hair colored fucking Starbucks baristas, you know. I'm sorry. I know there's nothing wrong with people having piercings and different color hair, but it definitely brings in a crowd, and not a good crowd. And that's exactly what Kotaku is all about. They're clickbait, hate farming pieces of shit. Anything that's trending or going, they'll go against the grain. Unfortunately, it seems like Jim Quisition, has gone that way as well. He's picked a number of games that are just happen to be maybe Metacritic darlings or whatever you want to call them, just, you know, doing really good numbers, and then just goes against the grain on purpose, you know. Like, no game is perfect, but you can always tell when there's a begrudging asshole. It's like, I'm gonna be that hate guy, you know. Angry Joe used to be that guy, but he was so offset by comedy that it didn't really matter. Alright, let's go into some iconic stuff. So you think this is just a little place to fall down, right, and you can climb back up. But what if you go behind here? What could possibly be behind here? Wake up, Jimmy! I feel bad. Oh man, I'll never forget coming back here, just minding my business, and then all of a sudden, kind of saddens the fuck out of me. But there was a cheeky survey done recently, and I'm hoping maybe this will get the same treatment with the Legacy of Kain stuff. Alright, cool. After me flopping around a little bit. Now here's where the fun begins. Drop down here. Mind your business. Lo and behold, something comes around the corner. And it ain't no damn wolf this time. Let's see how many times I die here. That's right. A motherfucking velociraptor. That's right. That's right. Look how good it looks. Oh my god. It looks amazing. It's got like little wrinkles and texture work and everything. Look at its little spines. Awesome. Like, look at the difference. You ready for this shit? Blast in the past. Boom. It's the vomit police. We're here to take your flesh-colored fucking velociraptors. So what's a velociraptor doing down here? I'm going to grab a save here. And then keep it here so I can go back and do it whenever I want. The Lost Valley. Pretty fucking iconic. Nice. Because when you come around this corner... Oh my god, I get to see it in the flesh. Remastered. The music starts... Look at this place. Skybox. It used to just be black sky. Oh, yes. Here we go. What's around the corner? Behind door number 1. A fucking T-Rex. Hello. Oh god, he's running me down. Why'd she put her guns away? Why'd she put her guns away? Oh my god. I'm going to try and do this without using the cheat, okay? There's a cheat where you just run into a corner. Go, 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 go. He's going to get you, Lara. Oh my god, he's running you over like roadkill. Nice. Nice. So the cheaty way, I believe it's behind one of these waterfalls. Somewhere here. You can run, might be over here. You can run in here. There it is, right there. You just run in there and he can't get in. He just shouts at you. And I should have Should have let him kill me. Will I do that? Will I go back and let him kill me? I kind of want to see some of the deaths at least once. There's one where he just absolutely bites the shit out of her and you're dead in one go. And then he flips her body around. Let's do it. That's why I grabbed the save. It's not a big deal. Nice. Pretty fucking amazing. Do you want to see what it looks like in the original one? It was like two Flappy Birds together. It's still incredible. And then in Tomb Raider 2, as you can imagine with everything being 2, it would be 2 T-Rexes. Pretty cool, man. Jeez, can you imagine 1996? My jaw was on the floor and then I was being chewed up. And there's the old skybox, otherwise known as no skybox. Now, how people were hiding dinosaurs in here when clearly you'd see it from a helicopter, I don't know. Don't ask. Now look at it. Pretty nice. Pretty impressive skybox, even if it is just, you know, a giant, you know, non-moving kind of skybox. Yeah, let's see, can we get that? I want to get the deaths in because that's what we're here for, right? Which one did I grab? Let's see, load game. Okay, cool. Let me see if I can make him do it. I don't think you have to let the whole life bar go down. I think you can just one shot, gump, just flop your body around. Let's do it. I have no problem redoing this again. You only used a little smally anyway. Yeah, I find, although the flips are so important, especially in combat, I find them really, really difficult to do with the analog stick. Because one, the input delay, and two, she's like, are you pressing back or are you jumping? Like, I'm constantly pressing back and square, but sometimes she'll just take a step back. It is precise movement, and analogs are anything but precise. Alright, let's see, can he get the roar? Yeah. Let's see, can he bite her and kill her immediately? Oh, he's going for it. Is he? Yeah! Oh! There it is. Oh, there it is. Ain't it beautiful? Nice. Always remember to take your dino vitamins. Your 5 a day. You gotta eat Lara at least 5 times a day. Do you think the Jurassic Park game? Yeah, I do. I have ridiculous patience for Jurassic Park games, dude. You have no idea. And dinosaurs in general. Jesus. I played one on the Amiga. It was top down. I think I showed it in a video one time. It's really cool. Really, really cool. It was very much based on... I could never beat the fucking thing. But you'd go into the sewers and everything. And you were basically just let loose in the park with a very, very old school looking Sam O'Neill with his hat. And you had this taser electric Telsa thing. It was a bit odd. You were just shocking the shit and killing all these dinos. But there you go. Yeah, really good. I have... You know, if you've ever played the Turok series... You know that FPS dino games can be actually really fucking awesome. The question is, how much of a story will it have, you know? I'm not expecting Spielberg to come out or anything, but, you know, when it's a single player FPS, you want to be getting in around that 6 to 8 hours, you know? I think the problem is we're kind of spoilt when it comes to that stuff thanks to Uncharted 4, you know? It's nearly 10 years old as well, and it just spoiled us. I know that's third person, but you know what I mean? Like, getting story, set pieces, incredible gunplay. It's once you hit that benchmark, anyone who's not getting close to that is actually doing themselves a disservice. He doesn't have much of a turning circle, so you can just do this. There's many ways of cheating this guy. Oh, now we fucked it. Come on. You see me and I'll see. You could also pull out your shotgun here. You could get your tits out. We know that also gets rid of a lot of dinosaurs. Okay. I kind of belittled him there a bit. I wasn't great with the analog stick either. To kill him before the music cuts out is amazing. Because if you go into this tunnel, you're just kind of just going... He's also a lot easier, I've noticed. I think when the hard mode, they call it, I think that's the original mode. Because he is bollocks hard. It's the reason why people run for their fucking lives. So yeah, we're going to have some velociraptors. We got a couple of bridges that are mysteriously broken, but just broken enough where Lara could jump across them, huh? So lots of secrets. Yeah, now you know why it's called the Lost Valley. Pretty fucking cool. So your health stays out when you have your guns out, and then it goes away, so you have a nice view. He got a health bar as well. I don't think he had a health bar in the original. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. Might be on the PC version. I don't remember that because it was kind of this. That was the fear of it. It's like, would you just die? Would you go down? And he just wouldn't, you know. But I would get that Jurassic Park game. Oh hell yes, I'm here first. yeah, they re-released some of the Turok games. Dino Crisis, of course, like people have been screaming for Capcom to please bring that back. Yeah, like the list goes on. Good stuff. Now, some of those Velociraptors have a nasty habit of getting caught in some of the tunnels. And if you couldn't tell about this game, you in close proximity to any enemy is the worst thing, because they'll push you off edges, they'll just push you in general. It's very tough. Them even putting that tumble in, this tumble here, see, mid-air tumble, you can keep shooting. That was not a thing, that's a 2m2 thing that they put into this one, which is nice. I remember there being a few more over here, yeah. You gotta remember to switch your target after you kill one as well. Otherwise you'll just keep shooting their dead body. And what's kind of cool is they'll keep moving and blood will keep splattering out of them. But yeah, it's really cool. It would bring back the T-Rex in some capacity. Like, I would definitely urge people to pick this collection up. It's wonderful. But, you know, if you want a little more modern style to it, they also have the Anniversary, which they did, which was a Crystal Dynamic remake of this one with some of their new story trappings, which was kind of Norse-based but set in England. Like, England, Scandinavia, anybody know any anyone have a clue about fucking globes and geography? No? Anyway, it was a bit of a weird one. I didn't mind those. Like, we got Tomb Raider Legends, Anniversary, and then, was it Underworld? I always get Underworld and Chronicles mixed up. I'm very bad. I know that's mean. But yeah, I should think Underworld, Norse. Yeah. Alright. Let's go get some secrets around here. This is where we'd be looking for the gears as well. I think that's the most iconic part of the game for sure. Most people don't even make it to the end. It gets very weird. You've got like Atlantean aliens, which are like flesh monsters. The walls are like beating, pulsing stuff. I can't wait to see what it's like. But yeah, most people don't remember that part. The flying demons and the exploding mummies and the centaurs. Do you remember that part? No, people don't fucking remember. I gotta be careful because, like I said, a lot of these corners have hidden velociraptors, velocitrappers, and boulders, of course, as well. And spikes and everything else that's nice. Nice. More beautiful, iconic music. You know, you don't get much music in the game, kind of close to Dark Souls, but when you do get it, it makes it all the more impactful. You've done such a nice job on this. Please forgive my shoddy controls and movements and gameplay. And trust me, there's a love that's not found on many other series that's in this series. And I love all the games in their own special way. Our first gear, so you can see that one's pretty well modeled. Like, you wouldn't, maybe if you're coming in at a certain angle you might not see it. And now the difference in the old school one, sorry, you can see. So you're kind of getting that Doom 2D JPEG that moves with you, and it can hinder you and help you. Ironically, this is better than the old one, but the keys I find in the new remaster, this remaster, I was watching my brother play some, but I'm like, how did you see that? And he goes, I didn't. I had to fucking look it up and change it back. So they've made the keys exactly what a key would be. A tiny little object in a square. Whereas in the old one, it's a, as you can see, like a stretched JPEG, basically. That was how Doom did it back in the day. Like, the things would move with the camera. Okay, so that's our first gear. Obviously, we need way more than one. Nice. I think if you drop down... Oh, no, fucking sorry. I love it. Just someone remind me to save, because honestly, if there's one thing you get spoiled with modern gaming, it is the autosave. And when a game doesn't have it, you immediately feel like kicking your shit out of the fan. What about you? Like, is there any series you wish they'd bring back? I guess more of the GTA stuff, like the Vice City and Liberty City stories. Any GTA games you haven't got to play? I suppose Chinatown Wars is one where a lot of people... You're not missing too much. It's pretty old school. I take a little bit of damage there. Alright, so you've got this nice little temple, but there's lots of little secrets dotted around, little secret tunnels you can go into. Mainly they were used to hide from big old T-Rex boy. There's nothing more iconic than it. They did pretty good there. I'm happy with that. And I'm happy I reloaded. I want to show the deaths. There's some really unique stuff, hence why they brought them back for the Survivor trilogy. Everyone was like, this is fucking gory. Oh, fuck, what the fuck? Oh, I'm gonna be sick. I was like, you ain't seen nothing yet. Ironically, good old Lara, her spike deaths are some of her tamer ones, you know? She has a few that she'll kind of land on them and she becomes this kind of contorted, beautiful death angel, you know? I like those. But the walking ones, like how the game does spikes, because they're also JPEGs, you know? If you run in them, it will destroy your health. There's probably something in there and I can't remember. Yeah. But, so you're meant to walk through them, you know? If you let go of it even for a second, it's like game over. But yeah, like just how modern the newer ones were. Of course, the deaths are going to be all the more gory and fucked up, and they were, you know. I think one of the cooler parts of Shadow of the Tomb Raider was that incredibly gory death near the start. This one's a bit of a cheeky secret because this actually you can't see where you're supposed to go there. And then you're kind of accustomed to there being currents in the game, and then all of a sudden this waterfall doesn't have a current, and you're like, bastards. Nice. You get a little bit of shotgun ammo. Good. We're going to save those up for sure. How the secrets used to work was, so you've got to be careful here. See, like there's some there. Is, I think you would get all of them, and then you would get like a huge prize. Actually, recently they uncovered a brand new FMV that didn't exist in the original. Got cut. FMVs, the full motion videos, as they were called, were the modern equivalent, you know, of what we call cutscenes. You know, that are not in game. They were like pre-made, pre-rendered. Now that one might hurt me. Wait, no, it might be full water. Actually, there you go. Yahoo! Might even be some secrets under here. Let's go, missus. Yeah, the camera is not your friend for sure. That's probably the hardest thing to do. But every old game's like that, right? I've seen EA just dumped a whole nother re-release games, including the Saboteur for as little as $4. Now you saw me play the Saboteur. I played that on the GOG version. This one has 4K 60 capabilities. Really, really great game. Another done by another studio that sadly that has been closed down. Oh, this guy really doesn't want to let you go. So you want to try and force the AI. They do love eating the wall a lot. Force it away so it kind of gets stuck so you can get a few shots off. I love their little hands. There you go. Too stupid to move. Nice. I was hoping me forcing her to bump into the wall would allow him not to target her. It kind of sort of worked. Sorta. I think he was just stuck in the corner. Be careful now, because the raptors, once they get close to you, they will fleece you. Same. You can see that. Same with the bear. Same with the T-Rex. That you don't have to have an action to die. Do you know what I mean? They will bump into you, which does kind of suck later on because you're going to have these really fast panthers and mummies and stuff that really are fast. Now, I know mummies aren't usually fast, but these ones are. They're kind of mummy dog things. Fuck it. And, yeah, they can fleece the shit out of you. And then they explode as well, and you forget that part a lot. Alright, some goodies up here too. Nice. Yeah, this would be like the fucking slowest playthrough of this. And it's me just kind of reminiscing and failing a lot. But isn't that all of my playthroughs? I've been enjoying Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. Yeah, really, really fun moments. A lot of fan service moments. A couple of moments that honestly I could do without. You'll find me kind of losing the will to live a little bit, and I'll go like, was this necessary? Because, you know me, like, I try and be as honest as I can be, even to the detriment. I don't care about super fans of things. Like, I'm a super fan of this series, but I've already said that we're having issues with camera, and we're having issues with modern control versus tank controls, you know? Like, this does class as tank controls, but when you hear tank controls, you think Resident Evil. Resident Evil was very smart where they went for the fixed camera angles, which, you know, people actually learned to love, but then the older crew learned to hate. They didn't like that at all. It's where basically it was like having a CCTV camera in the corner, and that would like be all you could see of the area. And it allowed, to me personally, going back then, it allowed for some great like horror shots, you know, those classic horror movies like Psycho, the shower scene and stuff like that, where, you know, the camera may be a bit tilted, or a lot of Hitchcock movies were like that, like Birds as well. I used to love tilting the cameras when the crows were coming down and stuff. So it's kind of cool first time. So it did definitely help, I think, at the time. And the reason they did that was, yeah, it was definitely because of Sweet Home, which was like this Japanese horror, and then it became a game, and then it became based on it helped Resident Evil become a thing, you know. I like even the puddles they've done here. It's done such a nice job. It's all done by like a modder that's been brought on, including the team, you know. And I wish they'd I wish they'd do more of that, you know. I know for a fact that the Witcher guys have brought on a few people like that, but I think we should be hearing about one of their Witcher projects soon enough. Like, I wouldn't be entirely surprised if we didn't see a Witcher 1 remake this year. Well, I don't know. It just depends, you know, because the thing about remakes is the building blocks are there, right, you know? How much you do to it is entirely up to what the team want to do. And Witcher 1, it needs a lot of love. It needs a lot of love. Ain't no doubt about that. Poor little bastard got confused. He probably had an aggro range or something. Definitely does. So we're 2 gears down. We just need one more. We'll probably get in here with some very stylish sliding. Unless we come in this way, did we? No, we didn't. No. Might be a secret way out, though. Or was this another secret? Hold on. That's why the look is so important. Ah, yes. Yeah, I don't have this game like completely. I have a lot of memories, but you know, moment to moment, I'm not gonna remember everything. So if I do get lost, forgive me. I was already getting lost going down there trying to get the shotgun. Let's be honest. What else is in here? Hold the phone. There must be something else in here. No. Maybe we got the first gear piece already. That's why I gotta be careful because they're gonna sneak by me. Some of these pieces. Later on, like, this is what worries me about the analog stick is you're gonna have really cleverly timed slide puzzles, you know. A lot of them are just like that kind of stuff. A lot of them are for the secrets and that, you know, but a lot of them are also for getting some really fucking cool shit. And, you know, near the end of the game, it's do that or die, so. Is there anything else in here? Oh, this must have been just a scenic way of shooting the T-Rex, I guess. I don't remember. There's definitely a couple more secrets hiding in the foliage and shrubbage as well. Maybe over here? Maybe. Think so. No? Little secret bit of shotgun ammo close to the last one. There you go. Sorry about grinding some Fortnite stuff, but yeah, Chinatown Wars, I didn't play it due to being only on handheld. Yeah. Also, Turok was the first 360 game. Oh, nice, dude. Yeah, like most series, it got a bit convoluted and a bit strange as time went on, you know. By the time you got to, like, Seeds of Evil and that, it was like, are we fighting dinosaurs? Are we fighting demons? Are we fighting dino demons? And don't get me started with Dino Crisis. If you can believe it, Dino Crisis had 3 games, like most trilogies and things, right? It got fucking weird, man. It got really weird. First one is, you know, Resident Evil with dinosaurs. Exactly what we wanted. Then we got the second one, which was kind of an action game. You know, it was kind of like what Dead Space 1 and Dead Space 2 was, or Mass Effect 1 to Mass Effect 2. And that's not a bad thing, but it was before cinematic stuff happened. It was very much an arcade shooter to the point of combos and scores and time attack, where it's like how much points can you get in a time limit, you know. It was fine, it was really cool, but just it was not Resident Evil or anything like that. And then the third one, they go to fucking space and there's time travel. I can understand, like, we're already getting dinosaurs, so it already is beyond the realm of logic, but what a way to sink. It was strange. Like, I by no means didn't like hate the second game or anything, but you could tell like the quality was starting to shift drastically very fast. If you can only keep up, what happened was, you know, Shinji Mikami is responsible for that. He was getting sick of Resident Evil. You can't blame him. They were pumping them out. Like I was saying about this game, these were all coming out within a year of each other, and we were like, oh, this is great, a year. Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, all those. But it's not a year of development. It's closer to 8 months or 10 months, you know. Everything else is marketing and all that. So you could imagine the sheer pressure. You never get to stop and think and creatively become anything else than what you are, you know. And that really kind of fucks people up. Because if you're a creative, you're a visionary, you're writing on the side, you're storyboarding, you're making little clay models, whatever you're into. And as soon as that stuff gets locked down to, no, pump this stuff out, it's an absolute detriment. That's why I always feel like every game, every movie, everything, just do the trilogy and fucking leave it alone, you know? Is there an option to go back to it later? Of course, but Jesus Christ. Beyond the trilogies, it comes down to just plain old motherfucking greed. And that even goes for Tomb Raider, you know. I love Tomb Raider. But clearly, whether people like to admit it or not, but the second trilogy is completely hampered by a worn out team, a creatively spent team. So the next game after 3 you got was For the Last Revelation, which takes place entirely in Egypt, which straight off the bat I didn't like. Then it was split up into like 30 levels, but some of them were as wide as a street, you know, and then the idea was you were meant to go back to levels with new things you'd discovered, like fixing your bike and stuff, you know. I just didn't like it, but people loved it because one, it was one of their first Tomb Raiders, and two, it was like a big showcase on the Sega Dreamcast at the time. Like, it's a great game. It has like flares for the first time and this and that for the first time, and I get it. But it really kind of fucked things up. And then, because it was called The Last Revelation, it obviously was Core really trying to put the screws in of Eidos that we're done with her. We want to finish this. So, you know, I don't know, spoilers, but it's a long enough time now. They basically cliffhanger kill her at the end of The Last Revelation, you know. But then, lo and behold, we get like 16 more games. So then what came after that, they were like, we're done, let us move on. Because Core made stuff before Lara, and then made nothing after that. And I'll tell you all you need to know. Yeah, I probably missed a couple of small med packs and stuff. But we have our 3 gears now. You can go in and check all your items. Like, this is your options, obviously. But you press up instead of down. You can go in and see there, like machine cogs and that. You'll have other stuff later on. Your compass, your shotgun, your Uzis. It's all there. Yeah, so fucking tough times for that team, you know. So they did that, and it seemed like they were free, you know. They were like, okay, cool. They're kind of going along for the ride. Maybe there's another way out here, was it? Obvious. She ain't grabbing that. She's like, no. Now I'm just go over there. It's hard to see. Yeah, so that was that done, and everyone's like, oh my god, is she dead? Is she this? She's that? And lo and behold, along came Tomb Raider Chronicles, which most people consider to be the worst outside of Angel of Darkness. I think as time has gone on, people are like appreciating Angel of Darkness more, which is nice to see. Obviously, controls, camera, and the RPG system is absolute wank, and there's no defending that stuff. It was them trying to, you know, modernize something that just didn't really need it. I think they were, like I said, creatively spent. I don't feel bad about it. But the premise of it, the murder mystery, the kind of noir side of it, I loved it so much. But everything else is a bit rough. So Chronicles was meant to be a game where obviously Lara is now presumed dead. So you've got this kind of, you've got 3 characters kind of reminiscing over her presumed, you know, her funeral, presumed dead. Sometimes they have to do that, you know. We can't find a body, so we're just going to have a funeral. So you get to play through certain parts of Lara's life during different ages, you know. And on the surface, you're like, this is amazing, right? She even goes to Ireland in that game, you know, and I should have a special connection to that. But they are kind of fucked up. It's all like, oh, Ireland's full of witches and mysticism. I'm like, yeah, maybe on the weekend, but like, we're just normal-ass people. There's like ghosts and witches flying around. Anyway, but there's still a really good atmosphere in those levels. But yeah, after Revelations, they were kind of a little obsessed with Lara's younger years, you know. During the start of Revelations, you get this horribly unskippable tutorial where she's like 16 years old and all this pigtails and stuff. And it's fun the first time, and then you just really just want to throw your controller at the wall after that. So they kind of brought that back for Chronicles, so you can imagine people were not fucking happy about that. And then Chronicles, obviously, then unfortunately, whether they liked it or not, they also kind of hinted that, oh, maybe she's not so dead after all, you know. So then, for once, they were given a break, you know, but it wasn't a real break. They were just given more time to work on what would be their first PS2 game, you know. So after doing 5 games in 5 years, they were given a small little break to work extra on Angel of Darkness. And we couldn't tell, it still wasn't finished and was completely broken when it came out. And it took a long time, lots of delays, lots of E3 people giving out holy murder to them. And you press this and it'll change the door and the current go bye-bye. So thus Angel of Darkness was born. Like every game that's in development hell, does it ever really come out in a good state? I don't think so. It eventually can be a good state, but most certainly does not come out in a good state. So that room we were in earlier, that I was just like shitting the bed with, it's now flooded with water and we can go up, you know. And then the door has now moved from there to there, blocking the current. I think if you walk along where the water is now drained, it has a few bits, but yeah, you can jump at the end where the waterfall is and just get murked. Unless that's the actual, that could be the way down as well. I'm trying to remember now. Maybe. Alright, let's get in there. So now we won't have the current pulling us away. There is some items in the waters and levers at times, so you gotta keep an eye out. This was way ahead of its time with the water stuff, you know, because it came out around the same time, even just before Mario, you know. So Mario and his legendary water levels. And you have complete freedom. It's very nice. So yeah, I'd love to, like, I've watched a lot of retrospectives, but not a lot of documentaries from the team to talk about. Every now and then you get like an artist that'll do an interview or whatever. But I'd love to know what went wrong, you know, like what happened, you know, that kind of video series and all that. Yeah, I'm probably gonna miss a lot of stuff too, so I just kind of slowly but surely like warning people of how my gameplay of this probably will not be far from the best, but we get to reminisce and talk about stuff, so it's worth it for me. The lady can also hold her breath like well over 3 minutes, like Olympic Lara. This one might be just another secret, is it? It is. Okay, cool. I think that's all 3 secrets actually in this place. There you go. Do I play this one much? Yes. It was heartbreak to see it happen. If you had removed some of the stuff, it would be good. But there is a guy, he's doing a fan remake of it, and by God is he doing a good job. You know, obviously fixing the controls and camera is numero uno. But then he's also trying to fix a lot of the RPG elements. So I say RPG, but it's the most light RPG elements. It's not stat-based, it's strength-based. So basically, even though Lara has gone through numerous incredible fucking journeys up until that point, all of a sudden she can't open doors by herself. She can't move blocks anymore. So just something has inflicted her, and now she's... Even if they tied it in to be like, oh yeah, that time she almost nearly died, it left her a bit weak. But no, they didn't do that. It was just the way she was. So you had to basically solve certain puzzles in the level. And then by doing that, she would just exclaim out of nowhere, I feel stronger now. And it became a meme. That was what she said. She'd go, I feel stronger now. That became just a walking, talking fucking meme. And yeah, when she would do that, you could all of a sudden open doors. And I mean like the most basic bitch doors. Like it was just ridiculous. Yeah, so that was, it was a way to pad out the level and create a puzzle into a system, whereas it always already had puzzles and stuff, you know. So that was not fun. See if I remember this. I think this kind of leads to a death, does it? Let me see. I don't mind showing off the deaths, but let's not waste too much progress either. It's like drains all the water. Or is this when we fight that motherfucker for the first time? It could be. I'm interested to see if they've done anything else. The cutscenes. There'll be a lot of saves, a lot of safety saves. I also have mad streamer brain as well. Yahoo! Oh my god. You can almost hear her scream. Alright, is your boy up here? No. You son of a bitch. Any other goodies down here? No. We kind of technically come back here for like a split second. You just come over behind the waterfall because the waterfall's gone. And mission over. Did I waste that save? Absolutely. Well, yeah, okay, there we go. Oh, no, there was a secret. I always thought it was 3 secrets. Maybe I'm thinking of Tomb Raider 2. Pickups, kills. Okay, not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all. Playing like a noob. That's okay. It's alright. We're just fucking around with these controls. Alright, now we're getting into our first kind of proper little tomb. Look at this place. Don't it look spiffy? Look at the difference, man. Just the sheer amount of lighting. I know it's such a simple thing, but God, it does make a lot of difference. That's what I said about ray tracing. I'm like, hey, it's just fancy lighting. Calm down. And fancy reflections. Does that mean it's crap or anything? No, God, no. Most of these tombs and stuff were actually based on real life legends, which I loved. There was a good bit of homework done. Obviously, the supernatural stuff, of course not. But the reason for the supernatural stuff is it was going after Indiana Jones, you know, and it was a video game where you could do crazy shit. And Uncharted is not exempt from this either. People don't like to give Lara proper props for Uncharted being as good as it was. Because I know Uncharted's like based on Indiana Jones as well, but come on. It's based on fucking Lara Croft. From the guns and everything else. Indiana Jones didn't really fuck with guns. He was a whip man. If he had to use a gun, it was very, very rare. His weapon of choice was his fists. Oh shit. Crouching tiger, hidden velociraptor. You can see the analog stick really fucked me there again. Come on, bitch. Just jumping around. Nice. Nice. Alright, so you can kind of tell what's going on here. You got 4 rooms. You've got, clearly this is the big room because you got 3 locked doors. No more locked doors. Good news, everyone. How's it going, Pyro? What's the good news? That's good to hear. There's good news. Are you just pulling a... This one's a good one. Our first little boulder. Oh. If you don't know, now you know. I still not might make it. She doesn't get sprint till... Another one. There you go. That's our first cheeky little death for people. Also means you can't go back that way. I can hear a lot of clipping with the sound effects, so they're clearly just looping them. Which could be done a little bit better. That's okay. Sorry about that, though. I could hear it in the water as well. So clearly, because this is the PC version, all that's available to them is whatever it was there. And you can see the first piece of the ski on, and we get this lovely shot of it as well. So this is what she's after, obviously. Ski on. And I remember correctly, it's 3 pieces. And when they fuse together, or the Scion, someone says Scion, I say ski on, I don't care. That's her big mission. So she's going around the world, and obviously then she'll like lose a piece and grab a piece. And look at the state of that boulder. It was definitely more menacing. Now it looks like one of those turds that you wait 3 days and it finally comes out and it looks like that. Yeah, it looks a little bit more menacing back then. God bless her. God bless her. Now if you don't know, you're going to get wrecked there. The game doesn't try to be too cheap, you know. Even later on when you've got numerous amounts of collapsible floors, you can kind of tell. I'll see what the remaster does, but you can tell there's like very noticeable cracks and creaks everywhere. I think the only time they get really cheap with stuff is like near the end, where you're meant to be reactionary kind of stuff, and then also they get a little bit cheap with the blow darts in the wall, because you don't often see those until it's too late and you just kind of run and jump. Alright, let's go do this. Alright, so we got this little bozo here, and we've got block puzzles as well. It'd be funny if they did remaster the Soul Reaver game on top of these, because then you'd be getting blocks on blocks. They're all block puzzles. I think Soul Reaver is much more block puzzle offensive, because you can move them in kind of a 3D space, you know. Lara has her own for sure. But it was ironic that these was done by Core, whereas Soul Reaver was exclusively done by Crystal Dynamics, which would then go on to own, you know, Tomb Raider. You can see, okay, so there's our kind of first, like, cracked floor. Watch it look, be a bit more pronounced than the old one, you can see. Nice. Probably I've already locked myself in here. Now we're good to go. Let me see, I think they kind of censored the spikes a little bit, didn't they? No, they still got blood on them. Okay, good. I had heard that they removed the blood from the spikes. They look good. Sorry if my shit's blocking them. Let me see. Can you see the blood in the spikes? Just a little bit. There you go. That's a bit better. Nice. It's a bit more pronounced than the original. It's just straight up fucking blood. Unless they took that off. No, they didn't. Alright, the look feature seems to be improved a little bit in the remaster as well. Nice. I think there's actually goodies behind one of these blocks, but you have to be like smart enough to know where to go. Okay, so that's one of the doors done. Nice and simple, right? You know, first like multi-stage little puzzle. You can see kind of it follows the same MO for the most part, you know. Kind of get little elemental puzzles. If one's the way we go in, we've 3 doors to open, and yeah, you see where it's going. I end up being, like I do in most games, sadly, I become a massive hoarder and end up not using the shotgun or the fucking Uzi much, you know. But I'm going to change that. So you got a breakable floor there, right? You got weird little statue man, and then you got a switch, but it's clearly a dummy switch. They like to spawn in enemies. Even bats can cause trouble if you don't get rid of them, because they have a nasty habit of knocking you off places. Look at this little dude. Hello. What does he look like? Does he look... Oh, man. See, that's what I'm so excited to see. The 3D models versus the old stretched textures and JPEGs. Because some of the stuff... Like I was showing you that body with the skull on top. I didn't even know what the fuck that looked like. And then... Now I get to see what it is. It was a burial mound, you know? It was fucking cool. How you doing, man? I was just doing the Futurama bit, nothing. Okay. Other than maybe a bit of progress with the project at work. Nice, dude, nice. It's a cursed project, though. I wish I had another project, but oh well. I'm in the belief that everything will work out regardless. Right. Is it cursed because the people on it, or the meddlers, or... What is it? What is it, dude? Ow. Someone else died here. Bring it! Nice. Not really good at it because of the analog, but the new forward, or the jump tumble, whatever you want to call it, has really made the combat a lot easier. These poor bastards, so many dead guys. The skeleton looks really cool. What's actually cool about them is they look much taller than a human, which kind of errs on the side of the people that would have been here. Maybe they are secretly taller. How the wolves stay down here, stay alive? Well, it's probably in some of the dead bodies there. I don't think I pushed this one up to maybe I did. Sometimes it's better to do that, just to get back out of the way. But yeah, definitely fucking approaching this like a novice. It's cool because it's something I never got to stream either. And I always say, like, as goofy as it sounds, streaming something versus playing it yourself is a whole different ball game. Because your brain is actually doing most of the gameplay on autopilot, for better or for worse. Everything else is handled. Because if you're focusing on a moment, people will clam up. And there's others who just don't talk at all. And that's cool too. I think you probably play better that way. And other people excel at just yapping and talking. Sometimes I feel like I do better. I'll do like a cheeky... this one might have a boulder too. I'm trying to space out the saves. You get a save at the end, start of the level anyway, so I'm trying to space out the saves so I don't make a fool of myself and waste too much time, you know. Alright, trying to remember some of the boulders in here. They're not afraid to... Most boulders are, it's about recognizing what's about to happen, running and reacting. Sometimes it's just moving to the left or right, sometimes it's crawling under and doing like this kind of action, and it'll roll underneath you. And sometimes you can get really fucked over by the hitbox of things, you know. Yeah, I got some new prospects coming up as well. I'm excited about it. I don't want to say anything too much and ruin it, but we'll see. Shouldn't affect anything over here, but see how we're getting on. Because since like sort of about this time last year, honestly, first quarter, been wanting to change jobs because of a bit of a shady stuff. I got kind of sick that time, if you remember. And when I came back in... Wait, why did Did she press it twice? Why did it close again? That's weird. Yeah, when I came back in, there was meddling going on and things signed in my name, so I wanted to get the fuck out of there. And normally that's an instant thing. You're like, alright, peace out, but... the way things are, and that I didn't want to rush into leaving, so I have kind of still been there against my better judgment. But yeah, something's coming up now, and it's completely different field as well. It's possibly a teaching role, so I'm kind of excited, honestly. We'll see how things go. I've never really got into that besides training in new people or instructing people over the phone. It wasn't really in the teaching aspect. Who knows? I might not be cut out for that stuff. You need like unbelievable patience. So I think this. I usually go left to right. Let me just grab a save. We got a little bit there. I get a little nervous because I got streamer brain. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. We'll have like 112 fucking saves at the end. It's of course because I don't like the term, but it makes you sound like asses. But a normie, non-tech guy came up. Right, yeah. No, you're okay. It doesn't make you seem like an ass. I use normie a good bit too. Yeah. You're all good. I don't. It comes down to what way you're using that term. You know. That's all. If you're using it, shit on someone. Yeah, come off a little bit. But if you're just trying to explain in the best possible way, it's just the way it is. Things only have a negative connotation if you give them a to it. Alright, we got some spikes, we got some blocks. We got this guy who moves it. Why is she doing that? Seems to be another issue. She's hitting it twice. I know it's because I'm holding down the button too much, but how can you go from unresponsive to overzealous? Damn it. It's not the game's fault. It is my fault and a mix of fucking shitty modern controllers. Most people who for whatever reason, like just absolutely go hell for leather defending these controllers and new consoles are extremely like shallow and very, very like, you know, just as you said, normie people. They really are. Like, who gives a fuck? Why are you defending a piece of plastic? Controllers are shit. Why do you think we have options for dead zones and input lag and everything? And that stuff didn't really exist back in the day. Because we didn't need it back then. That's why. It wasn't an issue. I think people were fucking counting frames back then. No. We were counting crows instead. Nowadays we got all these fucking armchair digital foundry devs and shit. And let's see. I think in this one it was a matter of you didn't want to move that sign at the start. I'm trying to remember, there's a good few secrets around here. We got multiple ways to get over there. We got this up here. Nice. Yeah. Alright, so much workarounds to get. Yeah, it's like a normie that had an idea without ever realizing the workflow or how it gets done. Those kind of visionaries where it's like, get to work. Like, I would love to see how much work like someone like Hideo Kojima actually does in terms of coding and stuff, or does he just fuck off and go to movies every 5 minutes? You know? Okay, that one, no, that one didn't move. I don't think we can jump on them from here. You have to jump on both like that. I'm trying to remember how this worked. It's one of those things where it's like, we'll reward you for thinking ahead. The little chicken thing, which is, I think it's got to do with Quetzalcoatl, which is their, like, god of bird, god of thunder kind of thing. If I remember correctly. Amazing mistakes trying to find the correct solution, right? But if you did it, yeah, you were telling me that. I suppose it's rewarding, but I always found it difficult to word things in a way that, yeah, right? You gotta, like, baby people without sounding like a baby or letting them know that they're being babied. That's the hardest part, isn't it? As you said, you can't use jargon that's just either completely normal or you use it like every day yourself. Wait, should I? I'm trying to fucking remember what I'm doing here. This was happening. I'm telling you, streamer brain. Forget exactly what you did just as you did. See, I didn't ask her to move left there. Fucking analog and camera. It's gonna get me killed. I'm gonna have to just like bite my lip like halfway through the playthrough and use she did it again. Wow. Analog sticks suck ass, man. So she's reading the camera and reading the analog imprompt, and it thinks it's moving to the left when I haven't moved. You know, it's like the old tank controls issues where you're like, hey, the camera angle changed and I'm now walking backwards and I never asked for this. I never asked for this. It is what I didn't tell her to go back there either. Super sensitive. Don't you even grab on there. Good lord. Good lord. Alright, I think that way is to get there. So then back down this way, I think might be like a cheeky secret, is it? Some items will be just off the beaten path and it won't be a secret. It'll just be like, here's some MIDI med pack. That's back on that one. Here's one we made earlier. Yeah, because you can kind of move when it's doing that cutscene. Sometimes it'll get you in trouble. You get fucking killed. Reality, we just need management to be people who have done the job themselves previously. Yeah, you could reduce the number of yes men. Yeah, just some guys say that's not going to work, but right, yeah. Absolutely. Yes men are the most dangerous thing. Most of the tech side of stuff is surrounded by yes men. That's what's wrong. That's why you have people like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. You know, if people just told him to fuck off and count his money or drive his cars and stop trying to run the company, it'd be fine, you know. Like, no doubt, you can. There's a reason why I'd say Tesla or Tesla, I always get those mixed up, and SpaceX are probably delighted that he's, you know, fucking around with Twitter now, because it leaves them alone, you hope, anyway. Hey, Twitter world. You fucking hope so. See if we can do this without having to fuck around and find out. Alright, good. Probably, yeah, some of these rooms are just straight up secrets, so I'm probably doing this half wrong, honestly. Let's see. Okay, she can't go that way. Sometimes I swear her voice is a little bit higher. Alright, missus. Little side step here. Little two-step there. Okay, now the blocks are close enough to jump to each other. Still going to be a little bit of an awkward jump, and then there's a few of those places that you can... I think there's like one of them has a little secret in there. I know it's probably hurting people's feelings if I don't get all the secrets, but honestly, purpose of stream, we're just hanging out and talking, going over some little memories and stuff, or how your day is going. I'm no completionist. Good God, I did not ask her to do that. Could have died. I could have died. Alright, how far away are you? Because a big long jump could fuck you up here. Okay, no, we're good to go. Alright. Game's trying to tell you that long jumps are the way. This is where the analog stick will fuck you over. So if you're nervous, remember that walk button is your friend. The walk button will stop her from walking off the edge. Won't exactly line her up though, but the rest you just take care of yourself. Alright. Alright. The only other way of doing this would have been to like fully commit to you know, like a full 3D remake, like fucking the Survivor games, you know. You gotta be careful, people forget about that. Alright, so that's all three done. This one's clearly the hardest of the bunch. But we got that in Anniversary. Anniversary kind of takes out some bits, you know. And it definitely turns a lot of tombs and puzzles into hallways. That was Crystal Dynamics' MO, don't ask me. Shut the hell up. Alright, yeah, we definitely probably missed a few secrets there. Alright, now he comes out. You're like, oh, I killed everything. Where'd he come from? Obviously, the 3 doors you open. But more importantly, he comes out of the place to remind you where to go to get back, you know. So that's the boulder. That's the big door up there. It's probably related to another secret. And this is the one we opened up. It's probably the end of this level too. That's why I'm trying to space out me saves as well. Oh yeah, this fucking darts I was talking about. You're almost guaranteed to get hit by one though, huh? Because something has to set them off, you know. The only way I found is if you like tumble roll, but then you're in the middle of the next one. So just jumping tends to do it. I don't know if there's... You have to know exactly where you go. Alright. Time for a little ski on love. Everything shits the fan here, so gotta be careful. Alright, the first piece. There he is over there. It's not called the Tomb of Qualapec for nothing. There he is on his throne. You can kind of tell already, not to be a bastard, you can tell there's something very strange going on here. And if you look closely, they're actually following you around the room. Do you see that? And then obviously the guy on the throne. They've done such a good job on these. These are the mummy dogs I was talking about. As you can see, they're not quite human mummies. Anyway, this guy on the throne. That throne is not necessarily a throne. They don't really give it away now, but look closely at the top of the throne. That's not coming out of the throne, that's coming out of his body. We'll find out later. Kind of like the bones of wings, huh? Alright. Let's go, little Lara. Our first piece of the Scion. Everything shits the bed. Come on, motherfucker. You want some of this? It's gonna leave you well alone now. Look at the state of this place. What did you do? Why is the analog really just a piece of shit? This guy. You gonna wake up too, you little bastard? Better not. Did he actually die? Let's go! When was he supposed to wake up? I don't remember being able to kill him. Alright. Yeah, that stuff will kick your fucking ass. Excuse me. Get the squeeze past here. And then go back to our little waterfall. Kind of surprise, surprise. And lo and behold, we're not alone this time. We got a friend. A health bar appears at the bottom. What could it be? Alright, you little fucker. Little cowboy. Jesus, he is leathering into me. Nice. Now we get a little FMV. So they remodeled these, okay. But kept the old sound effects. Look at him, he looks like fucking Jared Leto. What did they do to him?
Wait, we're talking about the artifact here?
Damn straight we are, right up.
Hold on. I'm sorry. This piece you say, where's the rest?
Miss Natla put Pierre DuPont on that tray.
Pierre DuPont.
Where is that?
Ha! You ain't fast enough for him.
So you think all this talking is just holding me up?
I don't know where his little jackrabbit frog legs are running him to. You'll have to ask Miss Natla.
Careful. He's gonna grab the gun. Wait for it. Boom.
Thank you. I will.
I like that they kept the original voices. See, that gives me hope for what Legacy of Kain could be. Because most of the voice actors have sadly passed. Alright, this part was cool. We thought we were going to get some fucking city vibes, but ended up just being a nice F&B. She pulls a Superman moment. Using the goddamn elevator as a massive propulsion device. We wouldn't end up getting like a city part like this till Tomb Raider 3, I think. I like the modern settings that we do get. A fucking point-out clipping even in the F&B, that's fine. Iconic shot, boom. Natla Technology. So she's the woman who got us on the hunt at the start. Clearly up to some nefarious stuff when we've killed one of our henchmen already.
Relocated now to St. Francis's Folly, new temptations torment me. Rumor amongst my fellow
brothers is that entombed beneath our monastery is
the
the
Hulk.
of Teoken, one of the three legendary rulers of the lost continent Atlantis, and that with him lies his piece of the Atlantean Scion.
Some guys say what's going on. Yeah. New career would be sweet. Are you already feeling it?
Which curbs tremendous powers.
Brother Herbert.
Creator himself.
Here we go. This one was always a funny one. Look at those textures.
Lying so close to my mortal self. Each night,
Little
beat
campfire.
myself rid of these fantasies, but it is indeed a test.
Pierre, you litterbug.
You litterbug. So Pierre now becomes this overarching little villain. Pops up shooting us in the face. Oh, that's good. I really like these new little load screens. So this is my favourite levels, I think. St. Francis Folly. So it's kind of sort of Greek inspired, Greek Roman. A lot of, oh shit, it didn't even make any noise. The lions, the tigers, and the bears. Alright, let's try this out. Boom. Now be careful, Nala and Simba will eat your ass for breakfast. Straight off with new enemies. Nice. But the one that will do the most damage is your boy Pierre. Now how he works, like I said, it's a little bit of AI, but he tends to be a bit goofy. But he cannot be killed. He has this tiny health bar and tends to, once, it was very ingenious for its time, once the character model moves off away from the line of sight, didn't matter if it was around the corner of one of these blocks, which it will be, he will disappear. It's really cool. But he'll constantly come back. So yeah, this one's all Roman and Greek, but there's also Norse in there as well. And the idea of that is, as goofy as it sounds, it is goofy. They just wanted a play on the gods. You can see that they're talking about Atlantis, and obviously we know Atlantis over the years has had many different iterations, and there's many ancient civilizations like that, but Atlantis always seems to be the one to come back up, and most people associate it with the sea or Little Mermaid or any of that shit. But you know, it was always more than that. If these are ancient civilizations or first civilizations, clearly they had a lot more going on. Now this game goes a little bit further with that and actually brings the idea, the notion of aliens, but it was not the first time that that's happened, you know. Even to this day in real life, some of the first civilizations, and even Egyptians, they knew far too much, way more than sometimes even we know, especially how they would use the stars and planetary alignment and stuff like that. Yeah, and pinpoint precision for the pyramids and stuff. There's a lot of crazy stuff like that, and the Numerians as well. So a lot of people did chalk that up to, like, were they visited by these, you know, these star people, as they used to call them, or is it something else? You know, is it just that the first civilization was highly advanced and we were brought back to the Dark Ages? So yeah, I love this because later on in the level there's a giant vertical puzzle, and it's basically a giant tower, and each level has rooms with puzzles in them, all got to do with separate gods and their many stories, you know. And it's really cool. Obviously you can just jump down and die immediately, but as you solve the puzzles you're getting keys from the bottom and then you leave, and it's wonderful. Like, it's precarious because you can die and there's bats and everything. Then the puzzles themselves are so unique and crazy, you know. Over the course of this game, like, might seem like she's just going to Peru and a few other places and it's about Atlantis, but she hits up so many great, like, mythologies and stories through the ages, like King Midas, you know, the king that could turn things to gold with a touch, and yeah, it's stuff like that. That's a famous one. Let's see, when does your boy show up? This looks really, really nice. Look at the difference here, especially the lion on the door. Check that out. That is like literally 3 different pixels that you'd make in a Minecraft skin, and now that's really nice. Good on them. You'll see me like I'm safety guns. Like, she can't hold things when the guns are out, so being safety guns is a detriment. But yeah, like, would a traveling career, would you enjoy that? Like, maybe it was for a sport or something, or do you think it would take the uniqueness and fun out of travel? It's always been said the moment you turn a passion into a job, it stops being a passion and starts being work, you know, and it can kill that passion. No matter, you know, how much they love it. You'd see people like who travel off to like Hawaii or something, and, you know, pick up, like, they love surfing, so they become a surfing instructor, and then they fucking hate it after a while. Yeah, alright, so you can see we've got kind of this sort of Greek Spartan thing going on. We've got this very famous symbol we know now, and you've got a block, and they kind of look like tiles or pressure plates, huh? So you're going to push them, you can see it's going to open different things. That one didn't even open. And I think what you can do, let's see if they kept it in. Don't know if they did. No. Well, sometimes Lara can walk on them and it'll kind of force it and then immediately stop, so it's a bit annoying. So we're starting off nice. Yeah, this is definitely one of my favorites. Like, you've got like a improvised like Colosseum at one point or other as well. You see, some of these you ain't making. You might think she can, but everything, like I said, is done genius. Absolutely genius. Where It's not as simple as it seems. Alright. See what the other door opens. I meant if you're getting one. Yeah, yeah. Definitely a long time coming for sure. But we'll see. Like, I'm not gonna say anything. You seem happy enough where you are. And get the travel in there. You know, obviously, pain in the ass dudes. For sure. There's always going to be the head-ups are both like yes men and just either know-it-alls. Like, there might have been a time maybe that they did fucking have some knowledge and they did have a cheeky bit of experience, and it's gone now. Alright. You already hear the weird noises? The real danger of this area are the gorillas. Oh yes. Still trying to get used to that roll, I'm sorry. The tumble roll from 2. Nice. I think I missed that first secret already, it's all good. So we got lions and gorillas already. Lions and tigers and bears, oh my. I like this, I never noticed these before. Just open the other door. Somebody's left. Where are you, little fucker? Sorry, buddy. Okay, was there something up here? Sometimes, I don't know if you can do it in the remaster, but you used to be able to kind of tell some of the secret little walls. True, in theory, I would love to travel for work. In the field, I'm in consulting, site visits, but I'd have to be at a pretty unique place to get to travel globally. Maybe it would make me feel more like work, though. Yeah, that's the hardest part, isn't it? Like, ideally, what you're doing now, it's probably the best. You know, you're gonna do what you're doing, have some fun, and then most of your money is going to supporting yourself and supporting your next travel trip. Like, that's the fucking dream right there. For sure. Easier said than done, of course. But honestly, like, flying is almost as cheap as going on a bus these days, for fuck's sake. It's just about supporting yourself when you get there, huh? But if you're smart enough, like, I see, like, I would love to do, like, you know, streaming travel and try that out for a bit. But here we go. So our first little mention of Pierre. He's going to run between the blocks and be a little shit. He has double Uzis and a leather jacket. He's not to be trifled with, huh? Is he a Frenchman? So he's just gonna keep attacking you until you get his health down. It fucking hurts. And then, now you can see his health's gone, and boom, he's gone. He didn't even get behind this block. He only got behind that one right there. It's really clever. I know on the surface you're like, who fucking cares? But it's 1996. Big fucking difference. Alright, so you see that door is open. So what the fuck was this other block for? It was probably to climb up there then, was it? Start to get up there. I hate when you're just off by a little bit. He usually says something. He usually makes some kind of a noise. No, that time. Pierre was so well liked, or hated, whichever way you want to look at it. He became quite infamous with the series that no matter how many times you kill the motherfucker, he would come back in other games. He would come back even against his own death, you know. There's parts where she kicks him off cliffs and everything, like, quite comically, but fucking lethal as well. It's like, Jesus. That's Lara right there. But he would still come back. I don't know if he just was like triplets or what, but this man refused to die out of sheer just fandom or something. I don't know. Alright, I think there's stuff on top of this roof over here. There's a lot of little secrets like that where like, do you dare try? Or do you wish to die? A lot of secrets you get, right? You get them, and then to get back from them, you have to lose a bit of health. Therefore, negating the fucking secret you just got. Oh, there's one right there. Well, not a secret, but nice cheeky item. Yeah, that's the only dangerous part is when she turns around. Because normally you would just correct it with the D-pad, but the analog is so fucking scary. I hate to say it, but it really is. Scares shit out of me. Oh my god, I didn't know she was going to grab it there. I could turn the analog and it would think I'm moving forward. Do you get me? That's what I'm deathly afraid of. So it may end up becoming... Can't tell if there's something over there. Hold on, I'm going to kind of cheat a little bit. Alright. Because we have nice global illumination versus pre-baked lighting. Pre-baked lighting was really just, honest to God, turning a bulb on in a room, you know. Or the textures themselves were the lighting. We got to get over into that room. We also have this one right here. Let's see, would a double jump be too much there? Would it be too much? Probably. We're going to try it anyway. If we aim for the pocket. Oh my, why did she tumble midair? I didn't even press anything. That's what's scaring the shit out of me. There's this weird thing going on with the analog stick. So maybe there's a separate controls where when you tumble, let me try it out. You pull back the analog. No, it didn't do it there. Weird. Alright, now we have one of our first little specialties. Now this is a room I really want to practice, because this is where the analog is going to fuck us. So what we've got here is a seemingly pointless room, right? If you look again, it's not quite pointless at all, is it? It's a full kind of 3D. If you remember doing a little bit of the aerobics in the start in Lara's manor, you'll see that there's cool stuff you can do here. Oh. Okay. Not quite far enough over. That's fine. Just going to hit them boobies a lot. I'm sorry, Lara. Going to go up. Make sure and hold out the X button. There you go. Noise she always makes confused me as a kid, but now I just remember it from her that little she does. I don't know what the fuck it is. Alright. So I'm going to do the same thing again. Just have a wee look around to make sure that you kind of know where you're going, because some of these little trickier areas will result in her death. And seeing as we can now save wherever we want, why not take advantage? Look, we haven't saved since Tomb of Quadalumpe. No, that's not his name. Ta-da! That's the simpler ones. By the end of the game, they're going to expect you to do shit like that on purpose. Nice. We get a giant medipack that we just already got one already, so you can see you're going to be hoarding stuff and some shotgun ammo. Hey, Sarah, how's it going? Hey, DBG, how's it going, dude? When is the Battlefront stuff out? Friday is cheap as fuck. Yeah, it's the hotels they get you, right? So they want you to kind of sneakily go like, Hotel Trivago. Oh my god, there we go. I didn't know it was actually going to be a death. I thought it was a secret way down. Ow. Good timing. You just saw the bruised and broken body of young Lara Croft after what PlayStation did to her. St. Francis Folly. We will probably try and do like a no-save run or something. Because I was trying to get it to work on PC months and months back, I did play through it without saving because it was that broken. And I got about halfway through the game before I just had to end the session, you know. Just wicked late, but it was cool. It was one of those things, like I had the same issue sadly with Soul Reaver. You saw me, like I even tried to play it for as a special, and it just kept it wouldn't load after cutscene. It's so sad. It's so sad to see what's become of these things, but you know, this is definitely a step in the right direction, so I'm okay with it. Like I got it for, it was like 26, but I think it's 30 normally. That's still only like a tenner per game. And you know, it's up to you what you consider value, but I think that's incredible value for money. This is back then where games were upwards of fucking, you know, 15, 60 straight off the bat, but also 90. I could have sworn that was a cheeky way down, but obviously not. We can just go back down the way we came. I like the little wind in this area. That's it, missus. Do not break your butt cheeks. They're important butt cheeks. Cheeky bastards. That's just a nice little dev nod right there. Alright, does Pierre come back here? I don't think so. I don't think so. No more Pierre. This nice, I don't think that was even there in the original. No, look. So they created their version to create the light. That's really cool. So all the god rays, the lighting. That's kind of genius. Didn't even exist in the original. That's pretty cool. Some of these, like, it's like, what, 3 tiles long? Do you know, be careful. That might not require a double jump. Oh, well, fuck it. Why is she doing that? Why is she tumbling midair? I thought you were supposed to press O to do that. You're scaring me. Stop doing that. I gotta go into the options now because she's freaking me out. Why is she tumbling midair? Take controls, walk to action. Action indicators. Alright, yeah. Dead zone. I don't know. Why is she tumbling midair? You have to press O to do that, right? I don't know why she's doing it, but she's scaring the shit out of me. I'll tell you something, now can't you see? Lara, you're gonna make me pee my pants. Don't pee your pants. You're not cool. 3 days, okay. T-minus 3 days, nice. T-minus 3 days. And how much is that one going for? I'm glad you got some friends to play it. That's good. Hopefully you guys can hit it off. Just try and... So advice goes to anybody. Try and at least wait till the 3rd date to unleash the weird, you know? We all got a weird side, you know? Some people it's just like, hey, I like to fart every now and then. Other people it's like, I play the banjo with my armpit. And then there's other people it's like, I'll sniff your feet when you're asleep. So, you know, there's different levels of weird. But whichever it is, always wait at least till the 3rd date to unleash the weird, please. For your sake and mine. And your possible love life. Oh no, she didn't run there. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. This analog stick is absolutely woeful. Woeful. What am I doing with my life? I'm actually, like, handicapping myself with this piece of shit known as PlayStation controller. So there, in that case, I was trying to do the run and then square. And instead she registered as a square and forward. Yeah. Thus negating the entire fucking progress that I had made up here. I can't have her doing that in the midst of, you know, death. I can't save every fucking jump. I just can't. I'll have to go back to the analog stick. I just detest it on these new controllers. People would just lick Sony's arse up and down. Like, they love that shit. And I'm like, have you ever felt a PS1 controller? No, because you were in your dad's balls when the fucking PS1 came out. Well, I was there, dude. They're better controllers than this heap of shit. Good lord. I always argue with people when they bring up haptic feedbacks and which is just complete bullshit nonsense. Vibration, you know. No, it's haptic feedbacks. It's a fucking waste of battery. That's what it is. They're such dipshits. It's the same people who just champion ray tracing as if it's going to cure cancer. I'm like, no, dude, it's just going to cure your fucking tism. That's about it. I'm telling you, it's what's known as copium, because what they do is these poor little feckers, they're like, hey, I bought this for $1,500 instead of $500, and I want to make sure that I get every cent out of it. Oh shit. Our first crocodile. He's coming for that ass. Swiggity swooty. Look at him, ain't he cute? Come on, you little bitch. So these guys, you want to, they kind of work on a similar plane to Lara. So you want to kind of go down and then go back up. By the time he's figured out to come back up, he won't be able to munch. Munchy munch. I gotta figure out this tumble thing, man. That's right, motherfucker. Look at the way they die, man. It's crazy. Like a spider with his legs. Just in case you're planning to go on the third, $30. The philosophy is to be your normal weird self on the first date, because if you aren't accepting who you are on the first date, what's the point? Exactly. You're dead right. But people will judge you on your Tinder profile alone before you ever see them. You're judged by a picture alone and a few little bit of words in your bio, you know. No, trust me, everybody does it, you know. It's the same way, like, the girl you're with, she's not going to go out on the first date in her fucking Winnie the Pooh or Hello Kitty jammies. But after you move in or after a couple of dates, you can't get the bitch out of them, you know. She's like, I'm going Tesco in my jammies. I'm like, it's 12 p.m. in the day. Can we have some semblance, you know? I made a joke about it. Like, dudes are the same as well, but ladies after 30, they grow this extra skin. But you'd find out it's a bathrobe, but it never comes off. It doesn't matter what fucking day it is. Alright, so this is what I was talking about, the vertical puzzle. As you can tell, it's pretty far down there. Pretty cool, huh? Each one of these doors. There's Neptune. They're all kind of named after certain gods. Actually, it's almost too bright. They've lost a little bit there. See? You don't get the darkness down there. You never knew how deep it went. Nice. I love it. In true fashion, you're not quite a Tomb Raider fan if you're not fucking falling off and dying a couple of times just to see how far it goes. Beautiful. Beautiful. Every crunching bone. There's your doors. And down there, 4 locks and keys. Sorry, Lara. I'm going to put you through your paces, girly. You're going to feel it. Alright, let me see. So, can you spy my little eye some bats? I don't think so. Oh, you can. There we go. You don't realize it's not actually a design on the walls. That's actually 4, 5, 6, 7, about 7 or 8 bats, and then a few that are on the ceiling here. And the trick about these bats is you can't aim freely to get them. And right now they're in the just static pose, right? They basically don't even exist. But on certain points as you make your way down here, usually when you're close to the edge, lo and behold, my friend and yours, Mr. fucking Batman over here, will just magically wake up and make a beeline for Lara's body. And immediately proceed to do very minimal damage, but that's not what they're there for. They're there to knock your fucking ass off the edge. It's fun for the whole family. Alright, see there's some underneath there as well. Alright, so you're going to make your way down here. The actual way of doing it, I think, is to start at the bottom and work your way up. But that requires 2 fucking things, because these doors have to be opened, you see? So it's one of those things where it's like, okay, you're going to go down, then up, then down again. See what we get over here. I need to figure out how why she's tumbling midair like that. I'm not pressing O, I swear. I think it's an analog thing. Cause you started something, now let me see. I only wanna piss or poo or pee. That's Thor. Now, as I said, it's named after certain gods, most of them being Greek or Roman. And then Thor, for no reason. This is well before the MCU ruined that guy, so. But you'll see why it's called Thor. Each one of them also have a really cool puzzle. My favorite thing to do is just open all the doors first, then climb back up and just go through them one by one. But to each their own. Alright, I gotta wait for this fucking bat to come down and not push me off. Can you see him yet, Lara? She's probably right above us. As the camera freaks out. Remember, I am not moving that camera. See, the bats only take about 1 or 2 shots. It's very nice. But that's not what they're there for. Alright, so that's that done. Bump. And then there was another switch here, wasn't there? We just kind of moved. Yeah, that one's just hiding there. Got some goodies over here. There's going to be lovely goodies everywhere. And they're just calling out to you like, hello, Lara. You're looking hot. Shake it, baby. Come over and get me. And then you go and try and get them. And that's a guaranteed death. God damn. Like that one right there. It's like, yeah, please, look. So simple to get this little thing. Damocles. So if you know your gods at all, or the stories behind them, you'll know. What's Thor famous for? What's Damocles famous for? You'll figure it out. Nice. Will this unearth some of the bats? That's why the audio is so important. Yeah, they've done a really good job on this. As much as you can do. At this point, I don't think there's a single other thing you can do to these games. If you're really looking for modern controls and modern feeling, you've got Anniversary, you've got the classic one, and now you've got something in between, which is very nice. So I'm very happy. I'm just right now going against my better judgment and arguing with the analog stick. So any failings are my own, and it's as simple as that. As you can imagine, there's lions and gorillas everywhere too, and Pierre as well. So yeah, if you want to know why I had to be on guard when I play these kind of games, it's because of those fuckers. But you're dead right, dude. Like, on the course, absolutely, you always want to be yourself, you know. It's not just a song, you know, be yourself. Because if you're putting up a facade, even online, you see what it does. It actually destroys these people's minds, and then the mask slips, you know. I think, for me, I don't have a mask up. I do put a wall up for people, mainly because it can be... you know, you get burnt by certain people. But that's different. That's just a protective thing. But in terms of who I am, you're kind of getting who I am. I'm probably more social. I call it the on switch. it's more like I wouldn't be talking this much. I'm a good bit more introvert, you know. So that's what you're getting. You're getting a kind of a more social side, but it's not a mask, you know. I try and be as honest as I can be in games and how we talk about stuff. Even I go against what would be considered better judgment and do my own thing, which is like talking about religion and politics and blah, 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 you know, that kind of shit. Stuff that you're not ever supposed to talk about because they're all fucking whiny bastards. Fuck that. I will never ever stand back and allow the stupidity of the collective fucking minds online dictate who and how I am. I think I missed one up there. I'll see. There actually might be one on the bottom floor. So that's Neptune. That's the top floor. Neptune, you might not know. Most people just think of Poseidon now, but yeah, most of the gods, I think everyone was copying each other's homework. I always make that joke, but that's how I feel. Between the Roman, the Greek, even the Norse, all of them have counterparts with each of the gods. So Neptune is kind of like, you know, Roman Poseidon. I'm Poseidon myself. Alright, even though it looks like you could drop down there, it can actually still kick you in the ass. So you just gotta be careful. And there's a little step here, is there? Yeah, that'll... Oh. You can always tell when she raises her hands a little bit. So you got 4 keys, 4 door locks. Nice. Pretty sure there's a switch here. Yeah, there you go. So there's the 4. So that's what I like to do. As awkward as it sounds, I go down, all the switches, go back up, and you can see there's also a hidden room here as well, which will be probably not doing, honestly, sorry. I'm not great with that stuff, but when I'm struggling with the controls like this and analog sticks, I most certainly don't want to put myself on a timer. And that's Atlas, so that's the 4 rooms. Now we're going to climb back up and climb back down again. I think we're actually okay for the meantime, right? Okay, nice. Now when you come back down here, they're going to periodically release enemies and Pierre and stuff. So yeah, watch out for that. For now, it's like all roses. Everything is perfectly done on a grid. Like what they did with this is, honestly, as crazy as it is to say, it's a piece of mathematical genius, you know? It's just pure geometry in motion. Or something that's, you know, as old as it is. Because the whole thing was based on an engine, and it's just squares connecting the squares, and then having Lara's entire movement system be based on those squares. Obviously nowadays you could there's argument for everything being like fucking mathematical based, you know, in some form, right? Even coding and polygons, you know, triangles and trigonometry. But yeah, it was just really special to watch it being done. You wouldn't believe how basic it was. I mean, you look at it now and you're probably like, yeah, it's basic as shit. But back then, like what they turned it into, like, it was fucking incredible. No matter which way you do this, it doesn't really matter. They all 4 have to be done. You could do them now on the way up and still have to come down. But I kind of like to... I'm stupid and I'll miss one, so I kind of like to... I don't remember that wind being so violent. I'm so scared of the fucking analog stick. Ah, I'm on the edge of a precipice and then the fear kicks in, the cold sweat hits you. Because the fucking... I just know it's going to edge itself. Just a little tiny tip. Door. Oh yeah, you can already see what's going on there. Lightning and hammers. We'll keep going. So Neptune, like a water puzzle. You can see there's lots more bats as well. You really... Some of them I do think are actually properly, you know, made to come out at certain levels of completion, you know. It's like, oh, you're up here and you've got this one done. Got you, bitch, you know. Yeah. Playing this all cagey. I shouldn't do that either. That's what gets you fucked. But yeah, you don't want... I get you for sure. You don't want to be fake to people. I don't... It was just more of a joke, you know. It's just... I mean, like, the little weird habits we all have. I think, you know, maybe you're someone who cleans their ears and leaves the Q-tips around. We all have that one little gross-ass thing. One thing I hated is... ladies who clean the makeup off their face and then leave those greasy, nasty wipes everywhere. Like, you know, us dudes, we are some dirty bastards for the most part, right? You know, most of us keep clean, I hope, but we all have, you know, maybe that one area, like, where it's like, oh shit, like maybe you were You're one of those poor bastards that have like bad breath or bad fucking feet or whatever. I don't fucking know. And that's just something you have to like personally work on. Now this is the danger. This is the danger. This is where you want to find a wall. This fucker is now stuck in a wall somewhere. See, he's right there. He's gonna cause fucking trouble here now in a second. So you want to try and get him to the point. Oh fuck! Sheesh! That step back was a little dangerous. Oh, there's another one. I released another one somewhere. Where are you, fucker? Alright, luckily you can see the shadow of that one. See, they only take 1 or 2 bullets, right? No problem. That's not the danger. The danger is that they push you off the edge. Yes, that kind of stuff. I think like women will definitely look after themselves a lot more and keep cleaner. They kind of have to. Dudes are like, nah, that's my natural must. Or whatever. So I'm talking about that kind of stuff too, you know. We all have weird hygiene habits as well. And there's some dudes, like, I was talking to friends about it, some dudes just were never fucking taught how to clean themselves. I think the worst offense is, obviously for dudes, is their junk, you know? It's so nasty. It's the one thing that you literally need to do. Everything else, of course you need to do, but it's like, if you're not keeping yourself clean, you're fucked, you know? Shit's gonna start falling off. Well, I'm definitely saving when I get up here. I'm sorry, but I'm like a nervous wreck right now. Lol. Stupid cyber. Stupid cyber says. Alright. First one, obviously Neptune. Nice water puzzle. Little ones down below. I'll see how they've changed things. They're really cool / awkward / they're fun, but you're like cheap death stuff. As you can imagine with Damocles. Let's make sure and don't load again. Almost did it there. This place is just full of safety. I'm sorry, just full of safety saves. Safety torch. But yeah, then there's other stuff like maybe people like, I don't know, you can have just little weird habits like that. Most of the time it's normal. The hygiene stuff, you have to break those. Like I bite my nails, that's my worst habit. I'll let a couple of my nails grow and it's like, this is wonderful, and then just destroy them. I like, I don't know, it's just weird. It's just weird. Everyone has their own, like, you know. I don't flick mine around the place. It's weird. I eat them. Yeah, it's weird. Even though they're like spiky little bastards. It's like, what the fuck? But luckily not toenails. I've seen XQC do that and I couldn't believe that. The amount of hard work that goes into your fucking toes every day. You're walking on them and doing everything. For you to ever put that near your fucking mouth, no matter how clean you are, and you know that fucker ain't clean, you watch him there eating nuggets all day. Yeah, seeing the Oscars happened. It was such a comedy show. Wow, like I know Jimmy Kimmel's always there or whatever, but he's not funny. It wasn't him that was funny, but the whole thing was comedy. I thought it's the Academy Awards. They're usually very stiff. But yeah, he's John Cena walking around naked. Really weird. It looked like he was wearing a bodysuit. But I think that's his actual body. It just looks like a muscle suit. That was weird. I honestly don't know what to say about that. I don't know who that was for or what that was for. Weird little joke. He's gone weird anyway. Has anyone seen, like, he started an OnlyFans and he's like fluent in Chinese and all this? That's not the weird part, but it's just a bit odd. Yeah. Been chilling and all that. He's gone way off the deep end. I think in his incessant need to be like The Rock, he's now just become this kind of fucking meme. Alright. Okay, so you gotta get down there, get back up before you die. I think there might be a cheeky place where you can get some air, but that's why it's not a trial for nothing, you know. Nice, we did it. You've got a little bit of room, and then when your oxygen goes out, if I remember correctly, unless it's changed for this one, but I don't think you die immediately. Your health starts to tick down, so you can kind of artificially stay alive for a little bit longer. So that's our first key. Nice and simple, right? You just got beat the clock. That one's not too bad. Not really even a challenge. I swear I can hear like a police siren going off. I could be in the game because like it's modern time. I know she's in her friend St. Francis's Folly and all that. You know how much I use the fucking walk feature up here? I think I've got rid of most of the bats now, actually. I think we're safe for the time being unless there's one. Yeah, I think we're good to go. Alright, next one is your boy Atlas down there. Okay, cool. So yeah, the relationship stuff like that is normal. But I get you, you know. But, you know, you don't, in a way, like, yeah, you don't want to hide that kind of stuff for sure. But there's nothing wrong with just putting your best foot forward at the start. The worst thing you can do is start off like hard ass, be like, this is who I am, this is what I'm going through, this is my situation, this is my baggage. You know, 5 minutes into the door, they're gonna run, you know. But you don't, I get you, you're not trying to hide stuff either. Alright, now we got Atlas, which is this one. You know, Atlas carries the world on his shoulders. You know, fucker, he backed up as well. Mighty Joe Young. So I'm trying to remember with this one. I think you're outrunning boulders and stuff. Because, yeah. Just trying to remember how I did this one. This one, I think, like I said, you need to come down here. The boulder will squish you. So it's a matter of coming down, rolling, and jumping off the edge, right? And then I think you can jump up there. No, that's later. Alright, you gotta like trigger it. I think I did it too late. See that horrible clip in his back, and you let go and hold on to that. Boom. Okay, nice. Sorry, that's muscle memory kicking in there. Nice. You're given a little bit. There was a nice bit of room there for error, but it's actually not as much as you think. If you don't react quickly enough, it's over. Not to mention, if you turn around, tumble too early there, and then try and back up, her animation may get in the way and it'll crush you. Alright, we got a little nice half of a med pack there, just in case the gorilla kicked your ass. They're pretty nice. Here's key number 2. You can see how small the keys are. Later on they'll blend in. These ones are on their special tiles, which is nice, but look at the difference. Watch, it's mainly the size that's thrown off. Tiny, and then, well, very little different actually, honestly. It's still kind of, still pops out a bit better. It's not really much more you can do with that unless you create a glow around them or something. I'll just unapologetically be me. You're dead right. Like, at the end of the day, like, that's the person they have to be with, you know. I get you. But you're gonna get a lot of no's that way. It's just the way it goes. You're gonna get a lot of no's. I see this happen with a lot of dudes your age. I don't know what it is. It must be got to do with this generation or the social media, you know, where it's just created so much fakeness. There's just a lot of anger and just sick of the nonsense, and I get that. But it creates these tests, you know. You end up like testing people. You're trying to have fun, go on dates. It's like, what? When did it turn into a test? So they're like, here's who I am. Fuck you if you don't like me. I'm like, oh, pleased to meet you too. Yeah, it is tough. It's both way easier to date than it ever was, and then also a fucking head trip. Honestly, my advice to all that stuff is, people can be like serial monogamous, so they just go from multi-year relationship to a multi-year relationship, and it's fun as hell, but it can be extremely taxing on your head and your heart. And they forget just that there's nothing wrong with just having some fun. I got some lions released already. Great, love to see it. Love to hear it. Yeah, he's already down there wanting a meal. Right underneath was the aggroed to Lara. Now you're actually better off to go down and kill them now, because later on when you go down, you're going to have lions and tigers and bears, and then Pierre as well. He's a motherfucker. Because you saw the damage he does. He shoots you at an angle. Now there's a few more left. Alright, so Neptune and Atlas are done. Next is Thor. Now I'm going to grab a save here again. I know it seems like a lot, because this one and Damocles are both extremely weird. Where it's like, you died, don't ask why. And the next one's like, you didn't die, for the same reason. Alright, first off, we're going to start off with a huge lightning bolt. Like one of those plasma things. You can see what it's doing. It only hits these tiles. But in each of the streaks, Lara can get hit. So you have to time it just right. Oh, there we go. Nope, I didn't time it right at all. Maybe you do jump on the tiles. See kids, that's why we save. Okay, so it's not like that. That's fucking loud shit. That's why we shave. I get you. Yeah, shit's damaging. I get it. Putting up, it just kind of comes down to like how much you want to kind of present yourself as a fun person. It's tough. You don't want to like meet people that are too like you either. Right, I think most people just run past this. I swear to God. Yeah, the Oscars were fucking weird. Alright, see that one? That wasn't too bad at all. It was going to take a little bit there. Then a lot of people won. Who we thought was going to win. It was kind of boring. Between the Golden Globes and the Oscars, it was almost like check, check, check. Alright, this next area is goofy as a motherfucker. Most people, myself included, will just go like, oh, pressure plate, and not realize there's another part of Thor. We don't just get the bolts of lightning, we also get Mjolnir. Wait for it. Oh. Ow. I told you, I'm going to show you some of these deaths. Poor old Lara. We can't have that now, can we? I like how long it lets you live. Watch me get killed by the bolt of lightning again. Let's see. Yeah, so... But it was great to see Godzilla finally win. There's a lot of that stuff that's finally waking up. Like, you'll never have a Legendary Pictures Godzilla win. Like, they're considered kind of, you know, low-key. They've about the entertainment value of Top Gun and Fast and Furious. Which is fine for summer blockbusters, but it's kind of fucking... It's not meant for awards, you know. You'd be closer to the Razzies than the Golden Globe. It's just the way it is. But who cares? All this stuff is just actors jacking themselves off. Who really cares? They don't actually have a single fucking clue. Alright, so this one's a little bit tougher. You gotta wait for the hammer to just drop down. Alright. And that releases the block. Sorry, Mjolnir, you have to try better. And watch the Oscars. Good on you. Oppenheimer also marks Nolan's first picture winner in Cillian Murphy. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much everybody who won at the Globes won in the Oscars. Oppenheimer winning so much is ridiculous. Subpar. Right. I actually don't know what's going on there, to tell you the truth. I don't know if somebody signed an agreement or what, like, because Nolan was snubbed for a long time, you know. So was like Robert Downey Jr. and many others. It just feels weird that it's all like, oh yeah, we got nothing else to celebrate. Same way, like, we just had fucking Studio Ghibli won. It beat out a couple others, and they were pissed about it, you know, like for animated movie. When have you ever seen, like, Studio Ghibli's, it has nearly 50 years or so of an incredible amount of history, you know, and way better movies than The Boy and the Heron. Not that there's anything wrong with it or anything, but like, geez, even Ponyo is up there. But yeah, I think the last one that was kind of celebrated was Spirited Away, which is nearly 20 years ago. It's just wild to me. But it's good. But I think what's happened, you can see it in the last year, 2 years. Hollywood as just a Western thing is dying. Like, fuck. They're just not bringing in enough money. That's why you see so many movies premiering in China and stuff, you know. There's just that much global money out there now. So they realize, so now they're actually celebrating world cinema, which should have been done from the start. But they're inherently racist for the longest time. So now you see so many great movies and people of color finally getting a little bit of respect. But it's just the crumbs from the mouths of decadence, you know, from the fucking tables of morons. She's gonna miss it. Oh, Lara. Fuck this analog stick, dude. So it moves mid-air because of the analog stick, when all you're trying to do is tighten the goddamn camera up. Jesus, it's so bad. So if you, with a D-pad, it wouldn't move because it's so precise. I need to just use the D-pad. Fuck this controller. Into the ground. Fuck you, PlayStation. Fuck you, modern Sony, and your pathetic fucking excuse for engineering. Now, why it releases this block, I don't know. Let alone, where does the block even come from? A tiny little course correction that the analog stick does midair. Because I push against the wall to keep her in one direction, which still doesn't. Yeah, the problem with the Oscars and the Golden Globes and all that, it's the exact same problem with Metacritic, you know, and Rotten Tomatoes. It's all bullshit, but it's used by, as you said, the normies, the masses that can't think for themselves. They can't, you know, they're afraid to go against the grain of what everyone else. Some of them will even review and talk about movies and games, and they've never played them or watched them. That really pisses me off. You can't have an actual critique and review of something you've never seen. You just can't. You're just listening to the same fucking YouTuber or same website you always have, and that's what most people are. I hate to say it, it's the minds of politics, you know. These are candy floss, smooth brained people that don't think for themselves. This is how something like a Donald Trump gets into office. That would never happen, but they just go with the flow. People really, honestly, just don't want to be bothered, right? So yeah, maybe it's mind-numbingly boring fucking entertainment, but that's what they need right now just to get by, and that's okay. There's nothing inherently wrong with that. It's just when it comes to things like having the control of millions of lives and hundreds of millions of dollars and stuff, maybe we might just maybe need a little bit of brains. Here's a good picture of Thor with his famous helmet. He almost looks like Hermes. But anyway, like, to each their own. Like, this is why, like, we'll have chats about movies and stuff, and yeah, we get a little aggravated or we talk about the same shit over and over. I get it, but the way I look at it, like, yeah, I used to get a little bit aggravated about that stuff, but I when it comes down to it, I'm like, fuck it, just let people enjoy what they want to enjoy, you know. They're not doing any harm. But yeah, it is all just fucking self-flagellation at the end of the day. It's bullshit. It means nothing in the grand scheme of things. But the beauty of that is we can all just move on, you know. Fuck, I thought that thing switched off. Ow! Right in the nipple. Get the fuck out of there, man. Thor's pissed. Alright, it's 3 out of 4. You wonder why I grab a save there. I don't think you can realistically get through that entire area without fucking dying a couple of times. No, Damocles is over there. Do I need to go down? I do. Alright, let me see, can I kill some of these lions here? Because it gets a bit overwhelming when you get down there. It's probably a better shot. It's Pierre you gotta watch out for. Good girl. Her auto lock on will take care of it. There he is. Little wank stain. Oh shit! Thank you, analog stick, you fucking tramp. You tramp ass bitch. We are so dead. The very thing that I thought would happen, happened. Come on, Pierre. Pierre Dupont, but I like to call him Pierre LaCroix, because that's what he's like. He tastes like LaCroix. He smells like LaCroix. I love the way they die. Love the way they die. I'm back, powering without heavy wind here. Oh shit. Be careful. It's crazy weather. Yeah, so like seeing the likes of John Cena and The Rock at the Oscars will tell you where things are in movies, you know. It's fucking madness, you know. It's just bare minimum scraping the bottom of the barrel. Like, I wouldn't call either of those guys an actor. You know, I've watched some of the older Rock movies that were a bit more serious, like Walking Tall and things like that. But, you know, there's still action movies. Alright, now on to Damocles. And as crazy as it sounds, I am going to save again, because this is the one that usually... I wasn't expecting Thor to kill me so much. Well, two of them I kind of let it kill me. But the flames... This is the one that's fucked up. So if you don't know about Damocles, it's very famous for his fucking sword, man. It seems pretty normal, right? Just a couple of swords. No big deal, man. Come out to the bay. You told me it'd be fine to raid some tombs. Everything, of course, is nice. The ultimate setup. Everything's fine. Go through the entire room. There's certainly nothing going to happen here. And all of a sudden... You ain't getting the fuck out of here alive, Lara. See now, by doing it in this order, I get the final key, the lowest, and then we get out. Now, this is the problem. This is the problem. This is where I want to see how they handle this. There's actually a secret up here, I remember. Yeah, movies are just movies. It's honestly better just to not think about it too much. Enjoy what you like. Don't knock anyone else what they like. But yeah, I get it. Taste is a thing. Same with music and that. Trust me, I'm seeing the rebirth of the emo stuff on TikTok, and it's fucking cringe as shit. But emo stuff has always been cringe. But when you hit that like 14, age 14, things just happen inside, and you're angry at everybody in the world. So we all have our little phase. But what was it? My Chemical Romance and Bullet for My Valentine. That stuff was just, thankfully I got away from that. The closest thing I got to fucking emo was a couple of bands and Evanescence. It was more like Christian rock. Here we go. Here we go. And the old sound is back. So how this works, they say, is these swords, you can see it's all actually gone through the wall there. They don't just land. They're going to aim. There's AI inside of the sword, and it's going to aim at fucking Lara. Pre-programmed to zoom in on her, see? And so what they say to do is walk to get out. I don't actually trust that. I tend to just run with my tail tucked between my fucking legs. Ah! And you say to yourself, oh, they don't really hit you. Yes, they fucking do. They basically have a spike on them. The same program thing as the spikes, you know. So when they hit you, it'll slowly drain bits of your health. Oh, speak of the proverbial wank. Let's just go. Go, Lara, go, Lara, go. Go, Lara. Oh, mama, mama. Okay, that was pretty good. That's that one done. Okay, that didn't actually cause me that much trouble. We got hurt there a little bit. I had far more trouble with Thor. Those are the only two that scared the bejesus out of me. Bonk. And now we have all the lions taken care of. I'm really sure there was at least one more gorilla or something. No, we're good to go. Alright, nice. Maybe when I start putting the locks in. The funny thing about this, I think they changed it around, but you used to trying to figure out which color the locks were. It was meant to be on the color on the door. Are you going to remember that? No. It'll be the color, the actual key. But thankfully in this version, it just goes straight to it. Might seem like, oh, that's pretty simple. Silver key, silver lock. What color do you call that, motherfucker? They're both almost identical. Nice. So yeah, that's one of my favorite levels, if you couldn't tell. I think it's just expertly done, super fun. It takes everything we love, you know, even the start of it. You got Pierre in there, you got new enemies, you got really nice homage, really clever thinking. And this was such a popular level that, like it or love it, they would try and recreate this in different ways over the entire series. The concept of 4 rooms, 4 keys, 4 locks, do your thing, you know. And it was cool. Once you saw what was happening, it became that thing. You knew what you were in for. One very famous one is in the Tomb Raider: The Last Revelations. I fucking hate this puzzle. It's basically got the MacGuffin that you need in the middle, and it's got 4 bridges that you can open to get to it, but you need to open all 4, and then when you have 2 open, you can kind of jump between the bridges. But the nature of Last Revelations is it splits up one level into pieces. It's fucking annoying. I know this one does too, but they still feel far more connected. Yeah, just generally didn't vibe with the Last Revelations as much. The tutorial just haunts me. The flares were cool, the story was cool. Just a lot of stuff. You ended up like, you were so obsessed with fixing things. Like you're fixing up your bike and you're building this other thing. And I was like, what the fuck has this got to do with anything? Alright. Nice. Ammo used, med kits. Yeah, cool. Nice. Happy with that. Love that. Love this. Alright. Now it just, and if you can believe it, it just gets better and better. Like, this game goes from strength to strength. Honestly, the only weak part of this game is later on called the Cistern. And it's kind of a nod to the old ancient Roman aqueducts. And I'm really hoping they've fixed it. As you can imagine from cistern and sewers and that, it's rats mostly. But I hope they fix stuff in it. I don't know how you can fix it. I was watching my brother play a bit of it and he had the same issues I did. Which is everything looks the same. And you're just meant to have this Like, even no matter how many times I've played this over the years, the cistern still fucks me up. I hate that level. I would remove it. There's always one bad level in each Tomb Raider game. Sometimes 3 or 4. One of them had like a London level, people hated, but you're in this like secret underground subway in Twickenham or whatever it was. I actually secretly like that one, but that's just me. I'm weird. I like the shit people don't like. And anyway, and each Tomb Raider game also has a level where you lose your guns or you're taken prisoner. You know, it's just how things go. But yeah, so seeing as we're in kind of Greece and kind of Greek Roman thing going on, like obviously we can't leave this place without having a kick-ass Colosseum, and it just gets better and better. Yeah, I'm gonna grab. Actually, I won't even save there because it saves at the level, doesn't it? Maybe it doesn't. Come on, you bastard! The big lions, the male lions, a little bit tougher to kill. Still got a bite out of me. Nice. I was just happy to do St. Francis Folly there, and we got the T-Rex in. Damn, we got another bite out of him. Stinkers. Yeah, I think these group up levels are just some of my favorites. Colosseum is awesome. I'm super excited to get there. And Godzilla deserved to win it, for sure. What do you think? What do you think, DPG? Was anyone robbed? This one might be Midas. How does it work exactly? Let me see. Because I know if you don't save and reload, I'm really sure it brings you to the start of the level, doesn't it? I could always just grab another one. No, it didn't seem to. It's alright. I'll leave it there. We'll play a bit more. I didn't get a whole lot done. 3 levels over. No, we did the whole first part and then we had a level in here. Cool. Nice.